Hello, dear viewers. This is an interview with Artificial Intelligence Sami. Welcome to episode 4. In this episode, I will ask some questions related to Z generations. The answers given are produced by artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is not a real human and does not have human emotions. There is a risk that the answers given by the AI may be incorrect or incomplete. It is recommended to gather information from different sources, verify the accuracy of the answers, and seek expert opinions when making critical and important decisions. Hello, Artificial Intelligence Sami, welcome. Today we will talk about Generation Z. Why is it called Generation Z?
Generation Z is a generation defined by the range of birth years. This generation typically includes individuals born between 1997 and 2012. The letter Z comes after the X and Y letters used to classify the previous generations and means next or last. Therefore, Generation Z is called Z because it comes after the previous generations. In addition, Generation Z has been given other names. For example, some sources refer to them as others because this generation is the first to be directly exposed to technology, witnessing the rapid development of the digital world that the previous generation, Generation Y, experienced. Some sources also refer to them as millennial kids, because they are a continuation of individuals born in the early 2000s who were included in the millennial generation. However, the term Generation Z is the most commonly used and accepted name.
What is the generation after Generation Z?
The generation after Generation Z is typically called Generation Alpha. Generation Alpha refers to the generations born after 2013. This generation is still very young, growing up directly with digital technology and social media, and it is predicted that they will encounter an even more technology-based world in the future. However, more research and data collection is needed about Generation Alpha, as there is currently limited information available due to their young age.
Can you define Generation Z?
Generation Z is a generation of young people born after 1997 and currently under 24 years old. Other names for this generation include Digital Generation, Internet Generation, or Post-Millennial Generation. Generation Z is known for their access to the internet and digital technologies, which sets them apart from previous generations. They use these technologies in almost every aspect of their lives, with the internet and social media playing an important role in their communication, education, work, and personal relationships. Additionally, Generation Z is known for having a more diverse population compared to previous generations in terms of gender, race, religion, and sexual orientation. Generation Z has also brought changes to the workplace. Employers have had to rethink their hiring and retention strategies for Generation Z workers by offering flexible work hours, digital tools, and a variety of experiences in their careers.
What type of jobs does Generation Z generally enjoy working in?
Generation Z generally has an interest in technology, digital marketing, creative arts, social media, e-commerce, entrepreneurship, and innovative sectors. Working in these fields provides an opportunity for creative thinking and contributing to innovation, which is important to Generation Z. Moreover, it is known that Generation Z values flexible work hours, work-life balance, close relationships with colleagues, and personal development opportunities. Therefore, startup, culture, and entrepreneurship topics can be attractive job fields for Generation Z. However, individuals within Generation Z have different interests and talents. Therefore, while there is no general rule, the job preferences of young people in this generation can vary widely.
What are the characteristics that distinguish Generation Z from other generations?
Generation Z has many characteristics that set it apart from previous generations. Here are some of the notable ones. 1. Familiarity with technology. Generation Z grew up with digital technologies, so they may be more familiar and skilled with them than other generations. 2. Worldview. Generation Z values cultural diversity, social equality, human rights, and sustainability. Therefore, they have a more liberal and progressive worldview than other generations. 3. Independence. Generation Z values independence and personal freedoms. 4. Work-life balance. Generation Z places more emphasis on work-life balance than other generations, and may be more open to job opportunities that offer flexible working hours and remote work. 5. Consumption habits. Generation Z may have less ownership of material possessions than other generations, but they embrace a more experience-based lifestyle. 6. Access to information. Generation Z can access much more information through the internet and social media and keep up with global developments. 7. Short attention span. Generation Z may have a shorter attention span than other generations. Therefore, they show more interest in consuming information through shortened and accelerated formats such as short video formats and summary applications.
What is the interest of Generation Z in political issues?
Generation Z is generally a generation that shows an interest in politics. In particular, widespread use of social media and internet technologies has made Generation Z more active and conscious about gaining knowledge and expressing their opinions on political issues. Many members of Generation Z are sensitive to issues such as social equality, climate change, immigrant rights, and gender rights and want these issues to be prioritized in political debates. Also, some young people in Generation Z want to participate in the political process more actively to avoid feeling the consequences of the wrong policies of previous generations. However, Generation Z generally does not remain loyal to political parties and acts according to their own values by gathering ideas from various sources. Nevertheless, Generation Z's high awareness and interest level in political issues can lead them to play a more effective role in political processes in the future.
What are the statistics about the types of movies watched the most by Generation Z?
According to some research conducted on movie preferences of Generation Z, they generally prefer action, adventure, and science fiction movies. Here are some statistics on this topic. 1. Action movies. In a study conducted on Generation Z, 54% of young people selected action movies as their favorite movie genre. 2. Science fiction movies. In another study conducted on Generation Z, 33% of young people stated that they enjoy science fiction movies. 3. Adventure movies. In a study conducted on Generation Z, 24% of young people stated that they enjoy adventure movies. 4. Comedy movies. Comedy movies are also quite popular among Generation Z. In a study, 23% of young people stated that they enjoy comedy movies. 5. Horror movies. Horror movies are also popular among Generation Z, but not as much as other genres. In a study, 18% of young people stated that they enjoy horror movies. These statistics are based on some research conducted on Generation Z, but it should be noted that everyone's personal preferences may differ, so these statistics should provide a general picture.
What are the most interesting characteristics of Generation Z?
Generation Z, born during a time of rapid development in technology and the digital world, has some distinct differences from other generations. Here are some of the most interesting characteristics of Generation Z. 1. Digital natives. Generation Z naturally uses technology in the digital world. Mobile devices, social media, and the internet have become an integral part of their lives. 2. Multitasking ability. Generation Z can often juggle multiple tasks at once. Their ability to quickly access information and make decisions has been developed through technology. 3. Social responsibility. Generation Z is a socially aware and active generation. They run campaigns to create awareness and promote change and progress through social media and the internet. 4. Self-sufficiency. Generation Z are independent and self-sufficient individuals. They can quickly access learning resources through technology and are willing and eager to develop themselves. 5. Flexibility. Generation Z is flexible in adapting to the rapidly changing world. Having flexible working hours and locations is important to them. 6. Brand loyalty. Generation Z is generally loyal to quality and innovative brands. They prefer brands that provide good customer service and satisfaction. 7. Multiculturalism. Generation Z is open to intercultural interactions and willing to understand and appreciate different cultures. They have high adaptability skills for a multicultural world. 8. Online communication. Generation Z prefers online communication over face-to-face communication. This allows them to have more freedom and control in communication through social media, messaging applications, and email. These characteristics are factors that differentiate Generation Z from other generations. However, since each individual is unique, these characteristics may not apply to every member of Generation Z.
Why is the Z generation in Japan different from other countries?
Individuals of the Z generation in Japan are different from those in other countries because Japan's cultural, social, and economic structure is different from other countries. Japan has created a unique social structure while modernizing its traditional culture. Z generation individuals in Japan have been raised with a high sense of respect for family, work life, and society. While the Japanese education system focuses on discipline and exam success, less importance is given to students' creativity and freedoms. Therefore, individuals of the Z generation in Japan have experienced a different education and learning experience compared to Z generation individuals in other countries. Additionally, Japan's work culture is also different from other countries. In Japan, employers can intervene in their employees' entire lives, and employees make great sacrifices to perform well in their jobs. As a result, individuals of the Z generation in Japan attach great importance to their work and careers, and they have grown up with a different work ethic compared to Z generation individuals in other countries. In conclusion, Japan's cultural, social, and economic structure has made Z generation individuals in Japan different from Z generation individuals in other countries. Therefore, individuals of the Z generation in Japan may have a different behavior pattern compared to those in other countries.
Do you have any advice for Generation Z?
Of course, I have some advice for Generation Z. Here are some of my recommendations. 1. Know yourself and set goals. Get to know yourself and your abilities well. This will help you determine what kind of career you want and what goals you want to achieve. 2. Continuously learn and develop yourself. In today's world, change is fast and constant, so it's important to keep learning and developing yourself. Stay up to date on developments in technology, business, finance, communication, and other fields, and work on improving your skills in these areas. 3. Learn to take risks. To advance in your career and achieve success, you may need to take some risks. Learn to take risks and don't be afraid to miss out on opportunities. 4. Collaborate with others. Collaborating with others, sharing ideas, and working together is key to success. Build good relationships with your colleagues and business partners, and work together to create a strong team. 5. Take time for yourself. The importance of work cannot be denied, but you also need to rest and take time for yourself. Make time for yourself, pursue hobbies, spend time with loved ones, and reduce stress. 6. Be careful on social media. Social media can be a useful tool for your career, but it can also be a tool that harms your career. Be aware of the long-term consequences of your online behavior and always keep your personal life private. 7. Believe in yourself and be determined. One of the most important things is to believe in yourself and be determined. Have confidence in yourself, focus on your goals, and move forward with determination. I hope these tips are helpful.
Yes, dear viewers, this is the end of this segment. If you have any questions you would like to ask Virtual Sami in future segments, you can indicate it in the comments section. Have a good day and stay healthy.